Sophia Sedaris is 22 years old and is from the Metapanagioag First Nation in New Brunswick. She's been a land defender and water protector since she was 13 years old.
So I usually feel like it's not an option to really sit on the sidelines or to be quiet about those issues. I think it's really important for Indigenous youth and that seventh generation prophecy to speak about issues that we're going to be driving forward.
Sedaris is featured in Warrior Up, a 13-episode documentary series about what it means to be a modern-day warrior. She says it was a great experience.
And I think Indigenous youth in particular fit in a mold, and sometimes that can be seen as tokenism a lot of the time, but something really unique about Warrior Up is to show the many dimensions of Indigenous youth and all that they're capable of, and that's really special.
David Finch is co-producer and director of Warrior Up. He says the series is uplifting and features youth making positive change.
We're tired of telling sad stories. We're tired of talking about things that haven't worked. We would really like to focus, at least with this series, on something that is, that's going right in the world, and we feel that these young people are doing that.
Finch says Sedaris is an inspiration as one of the youngest students to graduate with a law degree from Dalhousie University. She is active in her community and is a traditional powwow dancer. Sedaris spends time on the land and shares teachings of her elders. She says protecting the land and water is part of Mi'kmaq culture.
A warrior or a protector and a defender is really a role that has been entrenched in many different nations, and Mi'kmaq Nation in particular is a very strong warrior culture and a warrior nation that has that power to be tapped into.
Finch has been a filmmaker since 1993. His production company, Picture This, is based in Montreal. He hopes Warrior Up inspires youth to make change in their communities.
I'm hoping that people out there could say, hey, I do a lot of things too, and maybe some of my things are interesting, or I never recognized that anything that I did actually meant anything. And I think that's the validation of that is super intensely powerful and helpful.
Not afraid to stand up for her beliefs, Sadara says youth have the power to make change with traditional knowledge and culture.
And I think there's a lot of unrealized potential within people, and it just needs that curating and that depth perception and the teachings around being a warrior and what that means.
Warrior Up premieres on APTN on Saturday, May 11th, with new episodes airing each week on Saturday mornings. Angel Moore, APTN National News, also known as Halifax.